Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we are looking at a massive disruptive shift happening literally right under our noses. It is fundamentally changing how businesses are discovered online, and we're moving rapidly away from traditional search engines and into something entirely new.
Okay, let's dive into this. I actually want you to do something right now. Seriously, pull out your phone, open up ChatGPT or Claude, and ask it this exact question. Who's the best? Insert your business. Insert your city. Go ahead and hit enter. Now look at the screen. Did you come up as one of the answers? Did the AI even mention you at all? Or did it completely bypass you and hand deliver that recommendation to your competitor instead? Whatever answer just popped up on your phone, that is your actual real AI footprint. It's not your website. It's not your Google ranking. And depending on what you just saw, you are either gaining or losing massive amounts of business.
Part 1. The Dark Pipeline. Let's talk about where all those leads are mysteriously disappearing to.
We call this the dark pipeline. Just think about what happens when someone asks an AI for a recommendation. They get an answer, they make a decision, and boom, they choose a business. That entire research and decision process, it just happened in a single, totally private conversation. And because of that, your website analytics show absolutely nothing. Your CRM records zero trace of it. The prospect was fully 100% pre-sold on a business before that business even knew the prospect existed. This dark pipeline is incredibly expensive if you're not in it. And, until you pulled out your phone just a second ago, it was probably completely hidden from you.
Gatekeeping this dark pipeline are what we call the 4 AI sales pirates: ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Perplexity. Look, when a high-intent buyer goes to one of these platforms and asks who to call, these 4 pirates dictate the answer. It's really that simple. How much your business grows or shrinks in the coming years is going to rely heavily on exactly what these specific models say about you. Part 2, Inside the AI brain. Let's demystify how these systems actually formulate their recommendations. I want you to answer this next question with the very first word that pops into your head. Don't even overthink it. Ready? Sugary soda. What did you think of? I mean, if you're like 99.9% of the population, you immediately thought of Coke. Everybody says Coke. It is basically a universal human reflex at this point. But how do they program our brains to do that automatically? Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer scale of what that reflex is actually worth. Coca-Cola makes about $32 billion with a B annually, simply because they engineered that automatic unconscious neural association in your brain. It took them 80 years and billions of dollars in advertising to carve out that mental territory. They repeated the message so often that the association just became a reflex. I'm thirsty, I want a Coke. And here is the kicker. Coke spent billions to get into your brain, right? But they didn't spend a single penny to get into ChatGPT's brain. They just got in. Why? Well, because the AI learns by reading the internet, and the internet is already completely saturated with chatter about Coke. So they naturally claimed a valuable neuron in the AI's parametric memory. Now, parametric memory is the permanent subconscious belief system baked into the model during its training phase. Coke got that territory entirely for free, but for most local businesses, say John Smith Plumbing or a local HVAC company, you don't have that ambient internet noise. You have to intentionally engineer that association.
Part 3, the age of answers. It's time to pivot and change how we look at the digital marketing map. We have to realize that the old maps are officially broken. On one side, we have the age of search. This relied on SEO, or search engine optimization. And SEO is a purely technical discipline, right? The whole goal is just to get ranked on a list. But on the other side, we have the age of answers, which requires AEO, answer engine optimization. This is completely different. It's a neuropsychological discipline. The goal isn't to be on a list, it's to become the automatic association in the AI's brain. Getting ranked and being the automatic answer are 2 entirely different games.
And yet, almost all traditional SEO agencies are still out there playing the old game. They're literally using old maps in new waters. If you have a business dumping massive amounts of money into traditional SEO right now, you really need to understand that those technical efforts simply do not translate over to AI search.
There's actually a name for what happens to merchants who follow this outdated advice. We call it the Strait of Certain Men. It's a pretty vivid metaphor. Imagine ships following the navigation charts of the old SEO guild. Those charts show open, clear water, but the ships keep running aground, crashing into the rocks almost every single day. And what does the navigator do? He blames the ocean. I mean, he's not lying, his map is just from the age of search, but he absolutely cannot reconcile what he's seeing with his outdated view of the world. Part 4, claiming your Neuro Isle. So the crucial point is, we need to find and claim your hyper-specific territory in the AI brain. So what is a Neuro Isle? It's a specific territory of association in the AI brain, usually a microcategory in a specific region. And right now, these islands are entirely up for grabs. Take a look at these examples. Same-day AC repair in Princeton, New Jersey with no weekend upcharge. Or memory care in Scottsdale for night-wandering Alzheimer's patients with a secure garden. Or commercial TPO roofing repair in Hayward, California for roofs aged 5 to 15 years. If you become a category of one in these hyper-specific microcategories, you can own that association. Look, Coke's Island is a fortress. You're never going to take it. But your local microcategory? That island is small, and it is just waiting for you to plant your flag. And the value of owning that island is absolutely staggering. Just to put it into perspective, imagine a single job in one of those commercial microcategories is worth 50 grand. Now factor in this. Leads that come from an AI recommendation close at 4 to 7 times the rate of a standard Google lead. No way, right? But it's true. Why? Because the prospect has already done their research, they've been fully pre-sold by the AI, and their decision is basically made before they even pick up the phone. The financial impact of capturing these leads is profound.
Part 5, the G-Day deadline. I need to warn you, this window of opportunity is rapidly closing. Let's move to and see how this builds, because this is a rare opportunity, very reminiscent of the early days of Google. Right now, in the present day, AI is roughly 3 years old. The islands are still actively forming, which means you can still plant your flag and push competitors out. But in the months ahead, as models continue to train, ChatGPT gets more set in its ways, it becomes harder and harder to conquer that territory. And then we hit the deadline, December 2026. We call this G-Day. This is when ChatGPT 6 is slated to stop training. At that point, its unconscious biases become permanent. The digital map freezes. Whatever is on the AI's map before December 2026 is permanent. Whatever is not in its map practically will not exist. Once that concrete gets hard, there's no going back. Unlike the good old days of Google SEO where you could just, tweak a website and climb the ranks next month, there's no quick fix for getting into an AI's long-term parametric memory once that training window closes. It really is a twice-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
The next move. Let's get into exactly how you need to respond to this.
The companies that thrive during massive technological shifts are the ones who act while everyone else is still hesitating. For business owners and C-suite executives tuning in, here is your immediate action plan to shore up your position from this choke point. Step 1. Conduct an AI brand awareness diagnostic. This is a deep forensic audit to see exactly what those 4 AI pirates currently believe about your business. Step 2. Identify your hallucination tax. You need to find out what things the AI is wrongly making up about you that are secretly hitting your bottom line. And finally, step 3. Get to work claiming your territory. Build your brand fortress in the AI brain right now, while there is still time to establish your position before competitors steal your leads. The transition from the age of search to the age of answers isn't coming, it's happening right now. Your Neuro Isle is either being claimed by you intentionally or it's being handed over to someone else by accident. So, I want to leave you with this final crucial question. When G-Day arrives and that digital concrete hardens for good, will the AI pirate say your name when a customer asks who to call, or will it say your competitors?